everybody, it's time to talk Maroon Devil football right here on the Maroon Devils Network as Coach Sherman Holt is ready to go. We got 2 home games coming up, so, hey, the excitement continues. And, Coach, talk about excitement. Wow, last week was exciting over in Canton, North Carolina, home of those old Pisgah Black Bears, as, wow, right down to the wire, literally, and losing by 1, but what a great game that both teams played, and both teams really got after it really well.
Yeah, it was. If you were a spectator, I think everybody got their money's worth, and
Exactly.
proud of our kids' efforts. We played really good early, and then third quarter we kind of had some mishaps and some misfortune, and just got a little sloppy, and then in the fourth quarter, really turned it on again, and so. There's never, you always want to win. That's not never going to go away. But, you got to take away some positives of our kids. We battled a lot of adversity in the third quarter, and our kids were able to kind of get back into it, battle back, give us a chance to win. A lot of people probably would have spit the bid out with about 7-8 minutes to go. And so it's one of those things where we didn't play our best football game.
Right.
We got some things that we can clean up and still had a chance to win. And so in practice and in film, you can show them, hey, guys, we can do this better. We can do this better. And, kind of still have a little confidence, in yourself. And so to be able to compete with a, traditional powerhouse in Western North Carolina on the road in front of a big crowd. I know our people traveled well. We always appreciate that support.
Yeah.
But our kids, they played hard, fought to the very, very end. And I know when we called timeout, when we scored that last touchdown, I don't think there was anybody in the stadium thought we was going to go kick it to tie it. And our kids knew we were going to try to go win it. And because we believe in them, we trust in their abilities, and so there wasn't no doubt in my mind. Actually, I told our coaches when we went on offense and it's 28-13 with 7:40 to go, I said we're going to score here, we're going to go for 2, we're going to get it, and when we score again, we're going to go for 2 to win it. And so we knew for the last 7.5 minutes what our plan was, and our kids done a real good job of executing when they had to, and just fighting back just gives a chance to go for 2 to win it is a testament to their will and their determination to just not quit, not give up.
Yeah. And, Coach, I thought that was the big key. We didn't give up. We didn't quit because Pisgah got their running game going in the third quarter with Pope, who's a real physical running back. But even though we, like you say, had kind of a down third quarter, if you will, as Pisgah started their running game, we bounced right back in that fourth quarter and really played well and executed well.
Yeah, it was real important for us. We got one stop on defense in the fourth quarter that really kind of swung the momentum to our way.
Yeah.
And we told our guys, hey, we got to get a stop, got to get the ball back. We did that. And, guys, those last 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter were over 90-yard drives, both of them.
Great.
And so for us, you're sitting there thinking, well, not only did we go 90 yards once, we went 90 yards twice. And so that's got to be, I'm not going to say consolation, but you got to look at some positives of things that, our back was against the wall. We come out swinging. We was able to execute, down to the final wire. 2-minute offense on that last one was incredible. We get the ball back with about 3:10 to go. We do have all 3 timeouts. But we're on the 6-yard line, so we got to go 94 yards in 3 minutes. We did that. And so it's one of those things where you got to like the efficiency and how well we executed in things that we practice, so it's always good to see that stuff go good. And then, again, we talk about them every week, but, Drew Cody, throwing the football those last 2 drives was very accurate. I think he was 13 of 17 for the whole night, 140-something yards. Silas Stanberry made a heck of a catch on their sideline to extend the drive.
He did, yeah.
And Corey Stillwell made some catches in those last 2 drives. John Stevenson made some catches. Zeke Gillespie made some out of the backfield. And then Caden Sawyer running the football. When we were kind of 2x2, 3x1, he was able to move the chains a couple of times. And so a lot of different guys in that last quarter, stepped up and did what they were supposed to do to give ourselves a chance to win.
Oh, no doubt. Talking about Caden, of course, I think he had 2 touchdown runs in that game and just right up the old A gap, so to speak. Now, talking about Zeke, I know he got dinged up a little bit, and he got rolled up on when he was involved in a carry, but he came back in late, so that was a good sign to see him come back in the game.
Yeah, just got a little dinged up. That's what comes with football. You get dinged up every once in a while, but he's good. Nothing major. And, Caden Sawyer done a good job stepping in, carrying the ball for us late. And so just one of those things where proud of all the guys that had to step up and give their contribution. I mean, I think we had 6 different guys catch a pass, which is
That's great.
Unbelievable. Noah Lawsey caught his second touchdown, so he got another big one. And so it's just one of those things, these guys stepping up and doing and just playing for each other. And, our kids were disappointed that we didn't win, which you always want to – that's a good thing. If you ever accept losing, you're in bad shape. So kids were disappointed, but I think they do understand that we got a lot to build on and we did a lot of good stuff. We just got to, certain times, certain places, we got to step up.
No doubt. Fans, it's going to be another tough one coming up out of that same conference this week with those Franklin Panthers coming to town. We'll be back and talk about the Panthers and the Maroon Devils after this timeout. Coach, we've been on the road for it seemed like a while now. Of course, we get to come back home this week for a couple of games. We got Franklin coming in, and then Mountain Heritage coming in. Franklin, of course, reminds me a little bit of Pisgah, and they like to run the ball. They've got another kid named Young. I don't know where they keep coming up with these this Young family, but man, they're all great football players, and Coach Brooks always does a good job, and they're always a tough team. They like to play physical, hard-nosed football.
Yeah, I think with Franklin, they're not going to change what they do. They've done pretty much the same thing for a long, long time.
Right.
But the Young kid is a very talented kid, real big, physical, downhill runner. Going to have to do a good job of kind of hemming him up and tackling him, and so the thing for us is they're just so big and so physical, and that's going to be a big emphasis for us to not let that overpower us. We got to be in the right spot, got to tackle well, pursue well on defense, and then offensively, it's never going to change. We got to be efficient.
Right.
Can't have negative plays on first down, because if you go back and you track our drives where we don't score, or we have to punt or whatever, it normally starts with either a penalty on first down or a negative play on first down. And so for us, staying ahead of the chains, keeping their offense off the field, and then when we are on defense, just kind of hemming him up. They got a real good passing game. They don't throw it a whole lot, but when they throw it, it is very, very successful. And so for us, just in the back end, in the secondary, you got to be disciplined. Can't get caught looking in the backfield, because those guys will get behind us. So for us, we know what they're going to do. They know what we're going to do. And so it's just who can make the least amount of mistakes, who can withstand the physicality of the game, because it's going to be physical. It always is. And, who's going to get a break here and there. Sometimes you got to let the ball bounce your way to kind of get the momentum, but definitely looking forward to playing at home. I told our kids Monday at practice that, guys, the one good thing about this week is we ain't got to get on a bus and go somewhere, because I feel like we've went somewhere for a month now. But it's one of those things where I think our kids are ready to play at home in front of our crowd, and just want to encourage everybody to come out, support these boys, cheer loud, wear maroon, and enjoy the moment. And because it's a special place to get to play, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, no doubt. Early in the season, I know we scrimmaged over at TC Robertson to open up the season. Then we went on the road for a big win at Smoky Mountain. Then on the road last week at Canton to take on those Pisgah Bears. So it's really, really good to be at home. And I think our fans have appreciated what they've seen on the field, Coach, because they're seeing some good football out there.
Yeah, we fly around a little bit on defense, get after people, and that's always important. And then offensively, being able to score some points is always good. It's one of those things where if you can score points and kind of manage the clock at the same time, that makes you a hard team to beat if you can do that. And so for us, we'd like to get a little better defensively this week. We give up a couple easy ones last week, but field position was a big thing for us, and so we'd like to win that battle this week. And defensively, just kind of bow our necks and bite down on the mouthpiece a little bit on those tough downs. And so it's one of those things for us. We're looking forward to being at home, because we always feel like we have an advantage here. And just playing in front of this crowd, something special. Those people on the fence, when they get excited and get going, it kind of drives our team to step it up a little bit. But I think our kids have done a good job of representing our school and community the first 2 weeks, and they've played with a lot of passion, played with a lot of effort. And so if you can get them playing hard, that's the biggest thing. Is if they're not playing hard, that's hard to get them to go win. So our kids are bought in. It's a good group of kids.
No doubt. Coach, and I'm sure this is going to really come over to conference play. We're playing some of these bigger schools like Smoky and Pisgah and Franklin and Mountain Heritage. So that's got to get you ready for Smoky Mountain Conference play, because we've got 2 or 3 teams like that in the Smoky Mountain Conference, but not as many numbers that we're going to see. But still, this gets those kids tough, doesn't it?
Yeah, I told them last week, after we had lost, that a good close game like this is going to pay dividends down the road, because there's going to be another time where we're either playing defense to try to keep them from scoring to win, or we got to go score to win. So that's got to come back and help us down the road in a tight ball game. We've been in one. We're probably going to be in some more. I told them Friday, this probably ain't going to be the only close game we're in all season. And, playing the bigger schools early, I know a lot of people, they try to make their schedule. We're like, I got to go get a win here, a win here. In my opinion, we're getting ready for our conference. We're getting ready for playoff teams. And we're going to see good teams. And so we got to go play good teams in our non-conference schedule just to get us ready. And so, it's good to play these good teams early, because you see what you got, for one. And 2, if you need to fix anything, you can get it fixed before our conference play starts. And that's the biggest thing. You could go out here and play 4 easy games and be 4-0, and you feel good about yourself. But then you go into our league play and you're like, golly, we thought we were better than what we were. So at least by playing good teams, you know where you stand, you know what you got to work on, and it's always going to help you down the road.
Oh, no doubt. Fans, Franklin coming to town, and coming up in just a minute, it's going to be Maroon Devil Network time with Cody and Coach. So be sure to stick around right here on the Maroon Devils Network.